Like I said, among the beautiful women, we have a man right now, Vipul Jain ji. I can see him, and I'm really happy to share his profile. Vipul Jain ji is founder and CEO of Gabbit System, a tourist technology company working on tourist safety. The most relevant, very relevant subject is the safety of our tourists. So in the one of the complex circuit of Char Dham Yatra in Uttarakhand, in association and collaboration with government and tourism industry, he a system that actively monitors Char Dham Yatra route of I think approximately 1200 kilometer with respect to various parameters such as road condition, weather predictions, current capacity. I think technology plays a lot of role now in depicting and helping and even planning. Like I was recently been approached by someone who's starting parking lot technological. You can find out wherever you're going your parking lot, do you have a parking or not. Like recently, since Vipulji, you are in managing the Char Dham thing. I mean, whether it's parking, whether it's cleanliness, whether it's safety, all of these things make such a important role. And a lot of places is instead in Uttarakhand. Recently, I visited one of the Sati Mandir near near Rishikesh, and it was beautiful but not clean again. Very difficult route. Horse riding was not easy. I took a horse to go up, but coming back, it was. We are surviving. We are lucky. It's like that. Hundred of people going up and down during COVID. We have survived. I'm sitting here, but it seemed like ऊपर वाला है, इसलिए हम नीचे आ गए हैं. It's like that. So thank you so much, and I would request Vipulji to please quickly and with the multiple awards you've got, Times Travel Award, Best Use of ICT for Tourist Safety and Security Initiative, really would like to hear your views on our topic. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Ritti. Thanks for the nice introduction. And as you said, we are going to touch a altogether different subject, which is quite relevant these days, which is of tourist safety and talking about over tourism and that kind of a thing. So, first of all, when we talk about these days, everyone is talking about Experience India. The focus is changing to domestic tourism. Dekho Apna Desh is one such campaign by Government of India. But one factor that actually really constitutes the tourist experiences is the safe and smooth journey. And when we talk about safe and smooth, tourist safety comes into a altogether very important subject. And just to give you an example, any if you're going on a trip and any untoward or unforeseen event that actually happens can ruin your complete experience of the complete trip. Even if it is a minor scuffle with the locals or something like that, or a minor accident or anything, when you see the over tourism and overcrowded place and you're not able to get your parking spot, that entire this small incidences can actually spoil a complete experience. And in case the incidence is a little big in scale, it affects drastically not only the individual but also the entire tourism industry and also the tourism ecosystem of that region. That affects completely. So, for example, when we talk about what happened in 2013 Kedarnath, that actually spoiled the entire tourism in that zone, in that the Char Dham Yatra for next 3 years. People were afraid of going there; they were not going there. So the entire tourism ecosystem affected badly, and it also brings the bad name to the region and sometimes to the country as well. So and after that we are talking about handling the human lives. So what we think that nothing is more important than the safety of the tourist, because it actually directly affect the lives of the human being. So usually when we talk about tourist safety, in normal sense we talk about that, okay, providing help in case some accident happen, or providing some medical help to the victim or to the person. So we always talk about post incidents, but what we need actually is a proactive system which can monitor the things, which can monitor the entire region, which can monitor the different situation, weather, bad roads, and everything, which can prevent happening of such incidences. And that this is basically this is something which is really more complex. As we go into the details, it actually gets more complex. And as you said, technology is definitely needed in there. So let's say now talk about this pre-incidence or monitoring the entire system. It is actually when we say it is easier said than done, and there are multiple reasons to it why it is so much difficult to manage. First of all, when a tourist goes to a different state or a different place, who owns that tourist? I mean, there has to be ownership of that tourist. Means, okay, like if anything goes wrong, who is responsible? Whether it is tour operator, whether it is taxi driver who is driving him, whether it is any hotelier where he stayed, or the government. Who is responsible for providing all that support or all that infrastructure to support that person? And usually we say, okay, like it's the government who is responsible for providing tourist safety. But when you look at from the government point of view, uh, they don't have any information about how many tourists are there, how many numbers are there, or what's their location. So when they don't know how many tourists are there, then they don't know any information about tourists, how can they provide the help? So, so what we need is actually a system which provides the information to somebody, whether it's tourists, whoever owns that. And next thing is that when you're talking about tourist safety, it's like any safety or disaster management. It constitutes of multiple agencies to work together. For example, let's suppose if what happened probably a couple of weeks back in Manali, there was a weather warning of big snowfall that can happen. And people went there, tourists went there, they got stuck, and in fact, there are like reports of a few cars got skidded and people get affected, and at least 200, 300 cars were kind of they were stuck in Rohtang and Manali area. But when let's suppose if there is an integrated system, as soon as the weather warning happened that okay, there's a chance of huge snowfall. Similarly, the information should be flown should be given to the tourist that okay, there is a chance of heavy snow, and the same should happen to the same should go to the tour operators, to the hoteliers, and also the local police stations. That okay, beyond that per certain point, the cars without snow chains or without 4x4 are not allowed because there's a huge chance of accidents. So these kind of information flow, integrated information flow, is actually needed. Other thing that actually affects the tourist experience, and the similar as you also said, is over tourism. You rightly mentioned there are places where you go, you cannot find the parkings, you cannot find the tour, you cannot find the hotels. But on the other hand, there are places where they're actually under tourism. So tourists doesn't know about them, and they don't go there. For example, everyone likes to go to Manali and Kullu, but there are places like Janjeli Valley. People don't go there because they are not aware. So what we need is actually a place, a system which detects that okay, there's a overcrowding in that particular area. So the people or the tourists should actually be diverted to the lesser known places. That kind of a system that is needed. And similarly, when we talk about any religious tourism, because this particular session is for religious tourism, any long queues, and we have seen that okay, in all the temples and everything, there are long queues of tourists or the devotees. They spend hours and hours in just waiting for that their turn to come. But can these be reduced? Can there be a token system? Can there be a some kind of badge system? So these are the things that we are trying to solve. In fact, we have taken one state of Uttarakhand, where we developed the complete system, installed it, and now it's running for last multiple years. In fact, 2 3 years, and we are trying to get these things sorted out slowly by slowly. And my colleague Vikal will actually elaborate more on what we did in Uttarakhand. But these are the problems that we are actually solving in terms of for tourism.
Thank you so much, Vipulji, for sharing this. I think it's very, very relevant. The point of the technology which can help us, like you said, reducing if there is a lot of traffic, specifically if going on Badrinath, if the two-way traffic is much, we actually waited for almost 1 hour because of the landslide. The
Right.
problem is that this was expected. People know it, but it's not been updated to the people who are traveling. So the most important thing is information flowing to the people at the right time. I mean, if even the construction, or there are timings when the work will be done in these places, it has to be notified to the police, and police can notify. Today, if you talk about in US, even if anything happens, even a simple tragedy is expected, the notification through the Airtel or their phone carriers, they are intimated. They're intimated, please don't go to that location or avoid going to that location, because and it's been intimated on your phone as an alarm.
You're
So
right.
I think nothing but a simple thing like this can be done within few seconds. So since we have a lot of people here, I can see Sunil Sharma ji has also joined us today. Thank you so much. I could see him here. Thank you. We will be going to our guest soon. But thank you so much, Vipul ji. It's a lot of technology improvement are required, but I'm saying let's not concentrate or try to achieve a lot, but a very basic feature is the need. Information display, lot of places on our way, we notice that there are a huge risk, life risk, and there is no intimation on the roads while construction, a lot of construction is going on in Uttarakhand. Nowhere you will find 1 meter or 1 kilometer away that no, you should not go, or you are at your own risk if you're going.
Tripti,
Yeah.
actually, if you will actually go to Uttarakhand, especially the Char Dham Yatra, this is the system that exactly what you are asking is already there. If you register with the system, you will get all that notification, your
Okay.
warning, if the road is blocked due to landslide, if there is any weather warning, if there is chance of any snow, that we have already
Okay.
implemented in the Uttarakhand. And my
Okay.
colleague Vikal will actually elaborate more on that.
Yeah.
But what
So
you
I will.
is already
Thank
there.
you. Thank you, Vipulji. So I'll quickly go on Vikal ji from Gabbit, and I can see that he is a great traveler, and he is more like a content, making content interesting for the business traveler too. His hobbies has been to offbeat destination with an experience of 23 years in travel and tourism. A key strength is travel product planning, lesser known destination development, identifying new tourism circuits and ground operations. So with all the great experience, I think Vikalji, it will be really great to know what's new coming in, specifically today, since our topic is religious tourism. There is something which you discovered during this COVID, which we all should know about. Something really interesting. It will be really great to hear from you, Vikalji. Please unmute yourself so that we can hear you. Yeah.
Thank you, Tripti. Thank you for allowing me to join this wonderful session. See, as today's topic was more of technology and pilgrimage tourism. So, I think as briefed earlier by Vipul,
Just
And continue your discussion. I think because of some network issue, we could not hear you.
so I'm audible
Yes.
to you.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mr. Vikal.
thank you,
Please.
Tripti, once again allowing me, and thank you all the participants for being patient to listen. I mean, as told by Vipul, my colleague earlier, we have taken up this issue of safety and tourism because safety and tourist as utmost priority post 2013 when we realized that during this Char Dham Yatra, the Kedarnath tragedy took place. And you won't believe we are We were surprised to know that there was no data with the government whose life has been lost. So from there, this idea of safety management triggered us, and we felt that any destination is, if it becomes safe, it gives you happiness also. It gives you happiness not only to the traveler, it gives happiness to the state, it gives happiness to the country. So from there, this idea trickled off. And at present, now we are on ground in Uttarakhand for almost now 7 years. We have been continuously evolving up this model of providing safety, of providing information, of providing related other set of information which are necessary for a traveler when he cruise along the routes. So what happens is, let's say if you're traveling to Char Dham, any of the Dham, and you're stuck somewhere, so whom to call? If it is a distress call, probably you're lost again. At some places you will not have even signals. So we have designed a system whereby we will always keep you on track with us, and we will always keep on sending you signals and updated informations related all your issues. So by way of doing this, we always keep you connected, keep you live, and in this phase, our local stakeholders, let's say our local poniwala, our local transporter, our local hoteliers, they are our live reporters. There are many a times when you go to these char dhams, you will find the landslide is a common problem. So what we have done is that we have designed a system whereby you will be marked in advance if the route is closed. So you can take an alternate route, or you can station yourself where you are. I mean, you will not be finally on the roads, and you will not be waiting hours and hours in the queue. We try to keep you safe. So you can take alternate plans. You can go for a next destination, but you may not travel to that particular route. So keeping all these things in mind, we started working on this particular project, and we have been trying to explore opportunities in the hilly regions of India at present. And around August 2019, this was very much put down by the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Shri Patel ji, that he urged all the states and the tourism ministers to take this particular aspect of safety on their primary agenda, because this is something which gives a bad name or a good name to a country and to a state also. So, during that time, we were also given a temple on board is there with us, which is close to Kedarnath. So now that temple at Narayan Koti is being given to us under Adopt a Heritage scheme. So we are now keeping and developing. We are starting this process of developing that temple and putting up correct set of informations to the related traveler who are on the way to that site. So that was done by us, and at the same time, we are also working closely with the local bodies, local citizens, local residents of the villages, various villages which comes on the way to showcase their food, to showcase their culture. We are developing small circuits also. So we are trying to increase their participation, because there are many villages post 2013 at Kedarnath strategy lost their family members. So isolation was there and a lot of gloominess was there in their families. So we are just trying to revive their lives also. We are trying to educate them, and we are also trying to educate our traveler who are visiting Char Dham that what else they should do in advance, where all they should approach for the set of any emergencies in case it is there. And we are also bridging the gap between the state government, the tourism, and the industry stakeholders. So probably this year, if everything goes well, we hope that this model will be live again to the private players also. As of now, beta testing has been on for last two years, and we are getting successful results out of it. Many a times in last 2 years, we have seen that people have, instead of spending their time on the roads, they are spending their time enjoying at a destination or in their hotels itself. So, as of now, this is something to say. Now over to you, Tripti.
Now I will take over from here, and thank you so much, Vikalji, for your session. It was really enlightening to see that you have been working so much and so well in the Char Dham Yatra circuit, and as well as developing the communities over there. So I have a question for you, Vikalji, that since you are working on the local communities as well, so whenever you are working with the communities, what are the challenges you face while working with them? Because their participation is really important in developing the tourism.
I think we have to unmute Mr. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirti, can you hear me?
Yes, of course, Vikalji.
Kirti, this is not being much of a challenge because when you move upward towards the hills, let's say when we leave the plains of Himalayas and we move to the middle Himalayas and the upper Himalayas, there you will find the people are too simple to work with. They are not complicated. Their lives are very. I mean, they're living very peaceful life. So whenever we, I mean, address them about an issue, they are always ready to participate. So I don't foresee any kind of a much of a challenge to work with these kind of people. These people are very helpful. And in fact, what we have realized over a period of 7 years is they become the lifeline to our technology.